5 healthy foods that are secretly destroying your gut. You're trying to do everything right. You read the labels, you always choose the healthy option. You buy the foods with pictures of farms and sunshine on the box, the ones that promise a better, healthier you. But what if those very foods you trust are secretly waging a war on your gut? Think about it. That nagging bloat, the unpredictable digestion, the low energy you just can't seem to shake. You've probably blamed stress or a lack of sleep, but the real culprit might be sitting in your pantry right now, disguised as health food. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on 5 seemingly innocent foods that could be the hidden cause of your digestive problems. We're going to expose the shocking truth behind the labels and show you what's really going on inside your gut. 1. Granola and healthy breakfast cereals. Alright, let's kick things off with a classic, the poster child for a wholesome breakfast, granola. You picture it, right? Those crunchy golden clusters of oats, nuts, and seeds. It feels rustic, natural, and just plain good for you. Plus, many brands love to boast about their added vitamins, fiber, and whole grain goodness. This is the breakfast of champions, or is it? Well, the reality is often a far cry from that sunny picture. Many commercial granolas and so-called healthy cereals are basically Trojan horses for your gut. The real issue is a massive payload of hidden inflammatory ingredients. To get those crunchy clusters to stick together and to make it taste completely irresistible, manufacturers load them with staggering amounts of added sugar. We're talking high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar, and a dozen other sweeteners that send your blood sugar on a roller coaster, creating a pro-inflammatory state in your body. That's the last thing your gut needs. This constant sugar dump is like a buffet for the bad bacteria in your gut, helping them multiply and throw your delicate microbiome out of whack. This can lead to that all too familiar bloating, gas, and just feeling crummy. And it's not just sugar. For a long shelf life, these products are often made with refined grains, unhealthy oils, and a cocktail of preservatives that can irritate your gut lining. It's a textbook case of health washing, where slick marketing tricks you into thinking you're making a great choice when you're really starting your day with a bowl of dessert. So, what's the fix? Don't give up on a crunchy breakfast. The key is to take back control. Making your own granola at home is shockingly simple. You can use whole rolled oats, your favorite raw nuts and seeds, and sweeten it with just a touch of pure maple syrup. Or don't sweeten it at all. You control everything. Another fantastic option is a simple bowl of oatmeal, which is packed with fiber that supports digestion. Or give chia seed pudding a try. By making this one simple switch, you're fueling your body with the real deal, not a sugar-laden imposter. 2. Agave nectar. For years the message was clear: sugar is the enemy. As we all started paying more attention to our health, a wave of natural sweeteners hit the shelves, promising all the sweetness with none of the guilt. And right at the front of that wave was agave nectar. It's from a plant, it's usually organic, and it has a lower glycemic index, meaning it doesn't spike your blood sugar like regular table sugar. It looked like the perfect healthy swap. But this is where the marketing gets seriously misleading. The word natural can be a smokescreen. The agave syrup in that bottle is a far cry from the sap of the agave plant. It goes through heavy processing that strips away most of its potential nutrients. The real problem with most commercial agave is its shockingly high fructose content. Depending on how it's made, it can have even more fructose than high fructose corn syrup. While it's true that fructose doesn't spike your blood sugar right away, your body handles it very differently. It goes straight to your liver. Flooding your liver with tons of fructose can lead to serious issues like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, higher levels of bad cholesterol, and insulin resistance, the exact problems many people are trying to avoid. That refined fructose can irritate the liver and get stored as fat, contributing to weight gain. For your gut, this fructose overload is just as bad. Some less processed forms of agave might have prebiotic fiber, but the highly processed syrup you usually find in stores doesn't. And for many people, especially those with sensitivities, all that fructose can cause major digestive drama. We're talking gas, bloating, and diarrhea. It's a perfect example of a food that looks like a health upgrade on the surface, but is secretly putting a ton of strain on your gut and liver. So what should you use instead? If you need a little sweetness, try small amounts of whole food sweeteners. A little raw honey or pure maple syrup has more beneficial compounds than agave. Even better, start training your taste buds to enjoy things that are less sweet. Use whole fruits like mashed bananas or dates to sweeten your smoothies or baking. They bring sweetness, but also fiber and vitamins that help your body handle the sugar. When you step away from concentrated, processed sweeteners, you give your gut and liver a much-needed vacation. 3. Most commercial dairy products. We've all seen the got milk on ads. We're taught to connect dairy with strong bones and healthy kids. Yogurt especially gets praised as a gut health champion because of its probiotics. And yes, it's true that some dairy products, particularly fermented ones like kefir and certain yogurts, can be good for your gut. But for a massive part of the population, the dairy products lining supermarket shelves are a major source of gut inflammation and distress. The first big hurdle is lactose, the sugar in milk. It's estimated that around 65% of people worldwide have trouble digesting lactose after their babies. For them, dairy causes the classic symptoms: bloating, gas, stomach pain, and diarrhea. But here's the thing, even if you're not officially lactose intolerant, you might still have a problem with dairy. The other potential bad guy is a protein in milk called casein. For some people, casein can set off an inflammatory response in the gut. Studies suggest that certain types of casein can promote the growth of harmful bacteria and lead to more bowel inflammation. This low-grade chronic inflammation can mess with your gut lining and lead to all sorts of digestive issues. This is especially true if you already have something like IBS or IBD. On top of that, the way most dairy is produced today isn't exactly a cow happily grazing in a field. Conventional dairy can be high in saturated fats and might contain hormones that some researchers believe add to inflammation. So, while you're reaching for that yogurt thinking you're helping your gut, you could actually be fanning the flames of inflammation. If you think dairy might be your problem, what can you do? The great news is the world of dairy alternatives has completely exploded. You can find milks, yogurts, and even cheeses made from almonds, cashews, coconuts, oats, you name it. When you pick a dairy-free yogurt, just look for one that's unsweetened and has live active cultures to get that probiotic punch. If you can handle dairy, you might try A2 milk, which doesn't have the A1 casein protein often linked to digestive issues. Or go for high-quality, full-fat fermented dairy like plain kefir or Greek yogurt, which are often easier to digest. The key is to listen to your body. If you feel bloated or just off after dairy, it might be time to explore some of the awesome alternatives out there. 4. Gluten-containing grains. Bread, pasta, crackers, they're the foundation of the modern diet. For decades, we were told to build our meals on a base of grains. But for a lot of people, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye is a major gut wrecker: gluten. For people with celiac disease and autoimmune disorder, gluten is absolutely toxic. It triggers a major immune attack that damages the small intestine. But what about all the other people who don't have celiac disease but still feel awful after eating gluten? This is a real condition called non-celiac gluten sensitivity. People with it can get a whole range of gut symptoms like bloating, pain, and unpredictable bowels, plus other issues like brain fog, headaches, and fatigue. The reason why is fascinating and honestly a little scary. Research has shown that gluten can trigger the release of a protein in your gut called zonulin. Think of your gut lining like a superfine mesh net. It's designed to let good stuff, like nutrients, pass through while keeping bad stuff, like toxins and undigested food, out. Zonulin basically loosens the weave of that net. It increases intestinal permeability, which you've probably heard of as leaky gut. When your gut is leaky, things that shouldn't get through, like undigested food particles and bacteria, slip into your bloodstream. This can trigger a massive inflammatory response throughout your body. While this happens dramatically in people with celiac disease, some studies suggest gluten can increase intestinal permeability in many people, especially if they already have sensitivities. This kind of chronic inflammation is at the heart of so many modern health issues, and it so often starts in the gut. Even if you don't feel an immediate reaction after eating a slice of bread, the gluten could be silently creating low-grade inflammation that damages your digestive health over time. So what's the game plan? If you think you might be sensitive, the best way to find out is to cut gluten out of your diet completely for 3 to 4 weeks and just see how you feel. Really pay attention to your digestion, your energy, and your mental clarity. For so many people, the difference is like night and day. And thankfully, going gluten-free is easier than ever. You can find amazing breads, pastas, and crackers made from flours like rice, quinoa, almond, and coconut. Focus on naturally gluten-free foods, fruits, veggies, lean proteins, healthy fats. Instead of a sandwich, have a big salad with grilled chicken. Instead of pasta, try spiralized zucchini. By relying less on gluten, you might just unlock a whole new level of health. 5. Artificial sweeteners. You're doing your best to be healthy. You cut way back on sugar, you dodge sugary sodas, and you reach for the sugar-free or diet options. 0 calories, so it's got to be good for you, right? This is one of the biggest and most dangerous myths in nutrition today. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin might be free of calories, but they are not free of consequences, especially for your gut. Here's the problem. Your body might not digest these chemical compounds, but the trillions of bacteria in your gut definitely notice them. A huge and growing body of research shows these sweeteners can wreck the delicate balance of your gut microbiome. Studies have found they can kill off your good gut bacteria while letting more harmful types grow and take over. This imbalance, called dysbiosis, is linked to all sorts of health problems, from digestive issues and inflammation to metabolic disorders. Think of it like this. You're carpet bombing your internal ecosystem with foreign chemicals. One shocking study found that saccharin could alter gut bacteria in a way that led to glucose intolerance, the very thing people use these sweeteners to try and avoid. The irony is just staggering. You grab a diet soda to help manage your weight and blood sugar, but the sweeteners inside could be changing your gut in a way that makes your body worse at handling real sugar later on. And these sweeteners are hiding everywhere. It's not just diet sodas. You'll find them in sugar-free yogurts, protein bars, chewing gum, salad dressings, and even some healthy cereals. It's a constant, low-dose exposure that can silently mess up your gut day after day. The real solution here is to break free from the need for everything to be intensely sweet. Instead of fake sweeteners, learn to love the natural flavors of whole foods. If you really need to sweeten your coffee, use a tiny amount of a more natural option like stevia or monk fruit. But still, use them in moderation. Drink plain water, sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon, or unsweetened herbal tea instead of diet drinks. When you ditch the artificial stuff and embrace real food, you let your gut microbiome find its healthy, natural balance. And that's one of the most powerful things you can do for your health. So there you have it. 5 foods, all dressed up as healthy choices, that might just be the secret reason for your gut problems. From sugar bombs like granola to inflammatory dairy and gut-disrupting artificial sweeteners, the modern food aisle is a minefield. But the key takeaway here isn't to be afraid of your food. It's to become an empowered, educated consumer. It's about looking past the pretty marketing on the front of the box and actually reading the ingredients on the back. Your gut health is the foundation of everything. A happy gut means better digestion, a stronger immune system, more stable energy, and even a clearer mind. By making simple swaps, choosing whole, unprocessed foods over their packaged and processed lookalikes, you're taking a huge step toward healing your gut and reclaiming your health. If this video opened your eyes to some of the hidden junk in your pantry, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel reach more people who need to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Now, I really want to hear from you. Which of these 5 foods surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and here's to your health.